see how this goes.
Hey, we're all
Hi.
on. We did it.
Hi.
We're here.
Hi, Erica. We're
Hi.
here. Hey, everyone. I'm Krista
Hello.
Nye Nicholas, and I'm here with my business partner, Tammy Ramsey. We are partners and principal designers at Cloth and Kind, which is an interior design studio based in Athens, Georgia, where Tammy is, and Ann Arbor, Michigan, where I am. And we also have a trade showroom here in Ann Arbor, Cloth and Kind showroom. We're really excited to be back as Style Spotters. This is our second time. And this is our first live. So we were asked by High Point to come on and share some content, and we got to invite a guest, which was super fun. So we have Erika Cross of Erika Cross Studios here with us. She is a maker, an artisanal furniture maker, wildly talented, and she's here in my backyard in Ann Arbor, Michigan. So we're excited to maybe hear from you, Erika, if you want to just give us a little bit of a background on who you are, and then we'll get started.
Okay, so I am an independent designer, and I am the founder and principal at Erika Cross Studio. It is a design studio that specializes in the fabrication and design of sculptural high-end furniture that is all made to order and fully customizable. So I love to work with clients in working with different materials, etc. And most of the work is made by me and my team in my Ann Arbor, Michigan studio.
You had all of us designers at highly customizable.
Yes. That is our specialty.
Exactly. So what really has drawn you to that, Erica, to get into this? I mean, what drives your desire to do like such highly custom stuff? Because it's a, we love that as designers, but it's a whole new level of design when you provide that for clients. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Right. So my passion is to make sure that each of my clients gets exactly what they want, and the piece of furniture that they end up living with is exactly what they envision. So it ends up having a very long lifespan. Also, I love collaborating with designers to come up with different material combinations, different configurations, because they come up with things that I wouldn't have on my own. So it's a very collaborative, innovative process.
Yeah.
And I also love working with materials. So, yeah.
Yeah.
What are some of the materials that? Oh, sorry. I'm all about the materials.
Yeah.
Like, what are some of the materials that you typically work in or like to work in?
Sure. Wood, resin, jesmonite, which is like an eco resin, cast concrete. I love casting things. I do cast bronze pieces, marble, cast glass. I'm not sure if I said that already. I love working with cork, which is a great material. And pretty much, I would like cast aluminum as well. So total variety, plastics. So yeah.
So great.
That's awesome.
I know we want to hear about how you're going to be at High Point Market, because this is obviously we're here on the High Point Market Instagram channel, and we're going to be there, and everyone's so excited to go see new things. And it was one of the reasons that Tammy and I wanted to invite you on and feature you, because you are participating in a design award called the International Society of Furniture Designers Innovation and Design Exhibition. Did I get that right?
Yep.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about that and where you'll be at High Point Market, and just a little bit about that award.
Sure. So the exhibition is intended to showcase makers and designers that are small business owners or just starting their careers, or artisanal and not really having like these large showrooms, as an opportunity to connect them with the industry. And so it's been a really great event in the past. This year it's going to be held at the American Home Furnishings Hall of Fame between April 4th and 17th. And there will be an industry reception and meet the makers event on Saturday, April 13th from 4 to 6, where I will be. And I'd love to meet you.
We will be there.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll be
Say
there
hi.
for sure.
Yeah.
And so, what are you going to be, just briefly, what are you going to be entering in the design?
Oh, so it is the latest piece of my collection, and it's called the Bolt Table. It's a height adjustable coffee table. It has a threaded base in marble and a wenge top that rotates around that thread to height adjust.
Oh my gosh, we got to see it.
You got to see it?
Can we see it?
Yes.
Yes. Show us.
So here is Bolt Table. The marble base can be customized with several materials and virtually any stone species. And then this top is Wenge, and it has a maiden collar that just rests and pivots around this cylindrical threaded base to height adjust. And so you can actually move this up and
Wow.
down.
So
And
cool.
they're
So
actually
cool.
really cute in a nested configuration where you have two, where one has a higher tabletop and the lower
Oh,
one just is right under that. So that's really nice.
wow.
So this piece looks simple, but it was actually, it involved a ton of engineering. I wanted the base profile to remain very thin, so it looked like it shouldn't balance, that it would tip over.
Hmm.
So I had to put a lot of engineering around that. So ultimately, I ballasted the base of the marble so that it's bottom heavy, so that the center of gravity is very low, and kept the tabletop very light.
Hmm.
So even to push it over, it would self-adjust before actually tipping.
That's
So this
So
brings up a really great point, though, I think about custom, was we do a fair amount of custom furniture and just custom pieces. And I think that what oftentimes people don't realize or our clients don't realize is that it's literally engineering. There's so much
mhm.
engineering that goes into making these things. And like something that's pretty is one thing, but something that is like truly functional, like there's so much that goes into it, you know? And so I think this probably speaks to also that, you know, the quality of furniture being made. I mean, there's so much that you've had to put into this time and energy and honestly education, and then resourcing materials and a team that knows how to do this, that, you know, many of your pieces are really gallery. They're gallery pieces. They're really which means, you know, they're not necessarily for every consumer, everyone out on the market. But I think for people that are collectors and like really value this type of thing, like it's like it's functional art. It's like literally art in the living room.
that's exactly my vision for it, is that it
Yeah,
is a functional piece of art that you live with, but actually interact with instead of just looking at.
right,
Yeah.
right.
And one of the
So,
things that I think is so great about working with you is, in my personal experience, is that, like you said, everything is so highly customizable and you have the ability to really render things and show me different materials that I might be interested, or we can kind of really collaborate and tweak on the fly. And you're able to share that back with, you know, the rendering tools and technology that you use in like so quickly. I was really impressed.
mhm,
Yes, and
And that was a fun process, you know?
and it was fun for me as well because I was rendering these pieces in materials that I hadn't combined yet on my own. So I was also
Uh-huh.
anxious to see how good they look together.
mhm.
So yeah, that
So,
was a great
Hmm.
Erica,
experience.
do you work when you're working directly with clients, say if a designer is not involved, like are they generally collectors in general, like, or do you usually have kind of a middleman, if you will, like someone that's like bringing clients to you?
Both, actually.
Hmm.
So I do exhibit in galleries, and I do have a couple of pieces that are exclusive to galleries, and they only sell through those channels.
Right.
With other pieces, I'm
Hmm.
selling directly and also with other design galleries. So it really just depends on the piece, and how that piece is actually positioned, because there is kind of a tiered aspect to my work. So I have the
Hmm.
higher gallery stuff, and then more of like a showroom kind of object, like price point.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's
exciting. So there's another line that we actually carry in our showroom, Van Collier. They'll be at High Point Market as well, and they're very different than you, but it just kind of reminds me a bit in a sense of, you know, they're small enough to where we work very, very directly with them to be able to create custom things, custom finishes, custom colors, custom sizes, etc. And while again, it's not quite the same thing, it's that experience of there really just being like no degree of separation between us and the designer, which for oftentimes many of our clients, they like that capacity to be able to truly create something very unique for their project, you know, that both is functional, but is also, you know, really beautiful. So, you know, this quality of artisanal design and access to that is really really we find it like it really brings us a whole lot of joy as well in working on projects just to
yeah.
create something new.
Yeah.
And when you get to customize the furniture for each project, it makes your project even stronger because it's one single vision and you're not having to
Hmm.
source
Yeah.
something that fits, but it's not quite right. And I think
That's
that's,
right.
the value.
It, we always talk about this meticulous mix in our projects, as a lot of designers do, but for us it's about, you know, very custom, very specialized pieces like yours or Van Collier's or any number of makers that we work with, and then, you know, it might be adding the vintage, and I mean, honestly, High Point is such an amazing place for
Hmm.
vintage and antiques. One of our first stops is the High Point Antiques and Design Center, as well as, you know, 214 Modern, Schwung Home. There's so
Hmm.
many stops that we love hitting up. Do you take
Right.
inspiration ever, Erica, from, you know, antiques or vintage pieces, or where do you derive inspiration from?
I do, but I get inspiration from everything. I mean, this table is literally inspired by a nut and bolt. And my piece just before this was inspired by these really simple interlocking jigs that are used in the workshop.
Hmm.
So it's just kind of everything around me. And I do love playing with scale as well. So I'll see something that we know on a really small sort of scale and that we interact with daily. And just by blowing that up and making it, you know, a totally different scale, it becomes a really interesting object.
Hmm.
Mhm.
That was a long-winded answer of yes, I also am inspired by
Yeah,
vintage.
but I love though that something so like really basic and also super useful in your studio is actually what inspired it, because I think that, you know, it's that whole thing of like, you know, form follows function, and
Yeah.
in this sense it's like you just took it to a totally different level with different materials and clearly a different scale. But I think that's such a an artist's perspective, you know, that you see the world differently and then
Mhm.
that's expressed in what you create. And it's really inspiring for those of us that are trying to also bring those types of things into our projects. So we thank
Yeah.
you. We thank you
Thank
for
you.
thinking
Yeah,
outside the box.
that's right. And we've actually come to the end of our quick little chat.
Hmm.
So we wanted to keep it brief. We hope that everyone looks out for Erika Cross on Instagram. She's erica.cross.studio. Studio or studios? Studio.
Studio. Yep.
Yep.
See you.
And we are at Cloth and Kind, as well as at Cloth and Kind Showroom. And we hope you find us and we get a chance to say hi to everyone at Market. And definitely look up Erica and come see her bolt table, because it's incredible, incredible to see in person.
Well, thank you. And thank you so much for letting me come on here and have this discussion with you. It's been
Thank you. It's been tons of
Absolutely.
fun.
Thanks.
All right.
all right. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.